You tell me, I'm not going to raise no more ACOs.
I don't want to breed them, but when you get an order of 50 or 100 from some good clients, it's good business. And they're difficult to beat. I mean, like I say, they're smart. They'll run around in circles 2 or 3 times. And a Navajo, he's trying to you and get high and stay on top of you and push. Not a good style against an ACO.
So yeah, I mean, ACOs are true. They're very healthy, right? I mean, they're healthier than the American rooster.
Yeah, they're so much easier to raise. If you hatch 100 of them out, you're gonna pin up 90. You know, they don't. You know, they eat everything you put in front of them. They're just a gentle. I mean, as far as just raising them and dealing with them, I like them, but I don't like the way they looked. You know, it's hard to condition them. You know, I just don't like their actions. You know, but hey, they're difficult. Oh,
they're smart.
Just like Johnny said, they might not be the most beautiful thing in the world, but when you look up at that board and there's a bunch of W's, it'll make you love them. You know, but I'm old school. You know, I been in this game my whole life and came up around a lot of game type roosters, and it's kind of hard to change it.
For your life.
I fought the gaff, you know, the first 20 years of my life. You know, the gaff gives you a good foundation on how to handle, you know, how to take care of the rooster in the dance. It's a great basis to transition to the, which is completely different. Do
you think that people should be testing their lines in gaff?
Okay, here's. Oh,
there's
2 different types of dancing. There's 2 different types of dancing.
Give me the difference between sorry to interrupt you. American gaff, Mexican, and Filipino.
Okay, and this is just all my opinion. This is what I grew up with, is, you know, my experience. You got to have a hardcore game, just never give up type rooster that wants to continue going straight after you. Okay. Because it's very difficult to eliminate your dancer with one blow, you know. And it's more of an endurance battle. There's no time limit. The time limit determines the gamer, the more determined type rooster. But to win in the short here in Mexico, it takes a totally different type of rooster, in my opinion. Sidestepping, smart, intelligent, but mainly because of the rules.
It's only
the rules,
10 minutes,
10 minute time limit. Everything is slow, you know. And the ACL, I mean, the size of the pit and the rules determine a lot of factors. But here in the past few weeks, you've seen a lot of roosters that's took off and this and that and the other. And it's not because that they wasn't really game. It's the time of the year. During the molt, you can't expect a rooster to be at 100%. You know,
we talked about that before.
Right.
You're McLean.
Colonel Gibbons.
Colonel Gibbons.
Right.
They'll hack up during the molt. Mike Gilmore's will hack up during the molt.
During the molt, I'm embarrassed to bring somebody to the farm.
How many people? I'm not gonna get in trouble with it, but how many roosters have run off this week, past 2 weeks in first division?
A lot.
First division.
A lot. But it's the time of the year. Roosters are still green. They're not finished up. And I don't give a crap what kind of bloodline you have or whatever the case. If you take a rooster to the dance and he's not 100%, you're setting yourself up for failure. But the derbies are so good at this time of the year. Everybody, you know, you got to chase it. I mean, October is the biggest month of the year.
At the big fair.
It's the biggest month of the year.
You have
so
Pachuca, you have Guzman, you have Guadalajara.
And it's gambling, you know, it's gambling. But anytime that you go to the dance and you're not 100%, there's going to be all kinds of problems like that.
So we're going back to the gaff.
Okay.
You said gaff, you need power, endurance.
Yes. Right.
A lot of gameness.
Right.
Okay.
But it's...
I gave you the definition of gameness the other day, remember?
I don't remember.
The ability, the want to eliminate your opponent, no matter how behind you are, and you want to get that mother as bad as you can, even though you're 1,000 to 1 behind.
Exactly.
That's gameness. Gameness is just not running off.
The ability to never give up.
Right.
The ability to never give up.
Even in the 10-time limit or 12-time limit,
there's times that you need it, but
how many
those
times?
animals that have this type of ability, they don't have a very good winning percentage, and it's a lot of green-legged fowl. I'm not trying to talk bad about anything. I'm just talking about my experiences. A lot of green-legged fowl that are dead game, green-legged grays, and top of that type of stuff, they want to show too close to the opponent, and in the knife, it doesn't turn out well most of the time.
You saw the ones I sparred today for elite.
Exactly.
Those don't get too close.
No, but it's a fine line of being too game, not enough gameness, too much cut. They're not going to be. They're going to run off. It's a fine line that Cockers has been trying to perfect for 500 years. Not too game, a little bit of power. It's
not too fast.
Not too fast.
It's too fast.
He don't break. It's impossible to control. Because one of the best cockfighters of all time, George Torres, told me, son, breeding is not a recipe. You can't add a little bit of this and a little bit of that and expect it to come out like this. It's all trial and error. And then once you figure it out, then the hard part begins of trying to maintain it.
So, even Big Jim, Brent Easterling's father, said it goes some of the best families were mistakes. Most of the best families were mistakes.
Exactly. And it's all trial and error. You never know what's going to come out. When you breed, you can breed the best to the best and then hope for the best. But you never know. And that's why it's so important. You have to test. You have to test them. You can't show 5 stags a year and, they're great. You got to consistently show them.
Let me ask a question about that, about showing and testing your fowl.
Okay.
And I asked this to my friend the other day, to Tony from the Peak. Hey, Tony. I told him, would you rather buy from? He does chickens and he does the pigeons, right? I go, would you rather buy from a guy who won the South African pigeon race, with the most expensive, $1 million race, 20 years ago? Or would you rather buy it from somebody who raced last year and won, or 2 months ago, who won the big race here in Guadalajara?
Right.
I go, he's 100 times the one from Guadalajara. How important do you think it is to buy from people who are actually showing their fowl and testing their fowl?
Yeah, it's all about consistently winning now. I love the stories from 20, 30 years ago, and I respect all those men. They got us to where we are today, and every little bit helps. But times has changed, and the has changed. The countries have changed, those type of chickens back then couldn't do it now. I know a lot of people's going to say, but until you live it and you do it.
No, but I can't have a Gilmore, or you. How long have you had your hatches for? Your
The Colonels, I've had them since like 2007.
Okay, so you've had them for almost 20 years.
Right.
They're 20 years ago, and the guy who you got them from had them for 40 years. So so they're a 60-year-old blind, and then his dad got them.
Exactly.
So they're 100, 150. But every year they've improved because you've been testing them, right? Or why have they improved?
Well, look, first of all, it's all in the eye of the beholder. I like certain things in a brood cock that Art didn't like, or Sam Garza, but before that, that Art got them from. So it's all in the eye of the beholder,
But my question is this: how important for you do you think it is for a breeder to test their lions out?
So this is what gets me. A lot of breeders, they haven't showed anything in 20 or 30 years, and he's a double barrel ace. These roosters are as good as it comes. Well, how do you know that?
Yeah,
you got to show them. If you doesn't show, I'm tired of all this, back in my day and this and that. It doesn't matter. I'm here today. This is my time. There's different eras.
You have experts right now in Asia crosses and American crosses who have never ever been inside of a goddamn pit.
Never. I mean, there's just so many people out there that are trying to tell me, about the Philippines, when they've never been to the Philippines. Like it's like, or here in Mexico, he don't dominate in Mexico. Well, nobody dominates in Mexico.
Nobody dominates in the Philippines either.
And nobody dominates in the Philippines either. But, I'm coming from my perspective, and people that really know me and seen me, they know the winning percentage behind it. I don't like to brag or any of that crap, but I've been there and done it.
Somebody asked me right earlier. I'll get to that question right now. But let's go back. Let's go back to the. Do you think it's important for you to or not?
It's completely different, and here's how you can test it without showing in the. Just like I was telling my boss the other day, this is how a lot of white people determine. Besides, showing in the. When my stags turn 10 months old and they're trimmed and they've been sparred a little bit, and they're completely healed, and then 100% healthy, they'll have spurs about size of a quarter, super sharp. We'll turn them loose on each.
Not here.
Oh, here. Well, I mean, that's what we used to do there, but I'm doing it here.
Because the grass over there is different, and the grass makes it like a needle.
But I'm just telling you, I'm how to test the gameness without showing in the. Wait till the spurs. They get about a quarter size. They're super sharp. They're trimmed. They're healed up, and then we'll turn them loose on each other and let them go until, one of them eliminates the other one, or they just can't go anymore. Now, okay, we'll take them, put them back in the pens. The next morning, when they're super sore,
same thing again.
We'll see. You show them, and if they'll still show at each other, that's about as game as you're going to get.
Yeah.
But the next day, we'll tell the story.
Well, a friend of mine, I won't say who he is, but he does that. He said only my blacks and my Kelsos can do that, can take that. But
maybe. I mean, like I say,
but he'll do it 4 days though.
Yeah, I mean, you just stress them out and try to extract everything that you can possibly get out of them without them, passing.
Yeah, but you can't tell the power from that though. And if you
we're talking about gameness.
Yeah, but if you put some spurs on them, you can tell all
exactly.
Of it. That's why I love the spur though.
Yeah,
because you have cut.
It's irrelevant here in Mexico. The culture.
So,
no. I'm just saying. The gaff is never going to go here because it's not a cultural thing.
No. It's a personal thing.
It's a cultural thing.
But I will not.
They tried it in the Philippines. They've tried it here in Mexico. It will not work.
I understand, but what I'm saying is my personal thing. I will not.
You should have 2 or 3 pair to just test your own chickens.
And I think I think that everybody who tested it here in Mexico would get rid of most of their chickens.
Yes, because we bred towards the fast, the cut, and then all this different type of stuff. But it's what you have to win today.
Well, the perfect round.
I mean, you cannot go into the palenque nowadays with a rooster that wants to come charging, running across the line. You can't win with that.
Well, you know what the perfect ACO is?
There's no such thing.
There is.
Okay.
It's called a roundhead.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, but even there, you have people who.
Well, then each bloodline has its positives and its negatives, its strengths and its weaknesses. The roundheads, like I say, I've done super well with them, and most, even in the, but not pure ones, cross with hatch, okay, and I've tested them in many different tools, and they've been successful everywhere. So I mean, the record speaks for themselves. I mean,
But even in roundhead families, some people go toward the roundhead families, and they go toward the cut side, or go to the smart side, or go to the game side.
But you lose anytime that you go to the smart side. You're sacrificing gameness. When you go to the game side, you're sacrificing. There's no perfect bloodline anywhere. But there are some that have a hell of a lot better winning percentage than others. Let's just put it that way, without offending nobody.
Now, so do you test your lines in spur?
Of course, you got to. I mean, not in shows anymore, but at home. At home, we all, like I say, I'll test them with just a natural spur, for 2 or 3 days, and then we'll test them, with the gaff. And If we see something we don't like, well, we'll just eliminate that line, you know.
Questions from Facebook.
Okay.
Rodolfo Reynosa says, do you lower the calorie intake in the winter and summer, or do you up it?
Different times of the year call for different things. Like, okay, the beginning of the early summer, they don't really eat whole corn. They hardly won't eat whole corn when it's hot. So I'll start using cracked corn. Now, does that eliminate some of the calories? No, I don't think so. I mean, as far as calorie intake wise, it's about the same most of the year. Just you got to feed a little bit different things. Like I say, it's hot. I'll switch over to cracked corn, you know, and then.
But how much more cracked corn?
I'll completely take all the whole corn out, and then complete of my grain. I'll take all the whole corn out, and I'll supplement it with cracked corn.
Why?
Because roosters won't eat whole corn very well during the hot months.
Do you crack it on a daily basis? Do you think that
it's better if you can, but some people don't have.
They say cracked corn is nutritional value within 36 hours and blah blah blah.
No,
blah.
I mean it's better to crack it fresh if you can, but a lot of people don't have time for that. You know, so depends. You know, on your funds and your time, and what time is the most important thing. You know, if you have time, yeah, crack it fresh. If you don't, you got to buy it cracked.
What kind of protein level do you use?
Me, I maintain year-round at 15%.
15? Wow.
15%. 14 and 16% is what I like. Let me tell you why. Yeah, it takes longer to get the rooster like molded in or whatever the case. High protein, I do it faster, but I just like to let nature take its course. I don't like to speed anything up. And just I'm a real big guy on just natural.
So you go to 15-16%, right?
I like between 14 and 16% is what's worked out best. And during the keep, you know, it's going to go up a little bit because of the ingredients that I add, but I maintain the same grain that I feed year round, and I think that's a big problem with a lot of people too. They like to switch to feed. At the beginning of the keep, they feed a different keep feed than they do the yard feed. That's the worst mistake you can possibly do, in my opinion. Why? Because anytime you change any feed on the roosters, they're going to go down. It takes them about a month at least to get used to that. You know.
Do you have stacks for sale? I want to change the subject a little bit. Okay. Do you have stacks for sale right now?
Yes, I have plenty of cross stags, 4,000 pesos each. Sweater hatch Asil, sweater hatch, claret gray, some along those lines, 4,000 pesos each. And I'm almost sold out of all pure stuff and no more cross cocks.
Oh, you have no more cocks?
No more cross cocks.
Okay. Orgameness.
If you're not complete, for me, that's a stupid question. You have to be complete. You have to have costa. You got to have all of that. You got to be complete. You got to have a complete animal. You know?
So you're breeding. What are you breeding right now?
Right now, all I'm focusing on is the normal same old bloodlines that I've had forever. The Lacey Roundhead, which I got from D. Cox. I have the Colonel Givens Hatch. I have the Sweater. And I have the Law Gray.
They come yellow-legged, right?
They'll come yellow-legged and white-legged. I've kind of made my own cross of the grays. They're a Joe Good Law infusion is what they are.
You don't have clarets anymore?
I have the clarets, but I don't even mention the clarets because I don't sell them. And this is the reason that I don't sell clarets. It's not because they're better than anything else. It's just my partner of 15 years and one of my best friends, Art Diaz, told me not to sell them if he gave them to me. So I got to respect him, and they're not for sale. You know.
People are asking why me and you aren't partners anymore.
Well, Victor,
we're still friends.
Look,
we'll all be friends.
And this game, like I said, I've known you for 20 years. You know, plus, and like I say, having a partner in the roosters, and everybody knows it, is very difficult. And then we're alpha males that we have our own opinions, and we like to do things a certain way, you know. And if you can't get along, it's better just to be friends, because, you know, I really appreciate all the things that you've done for me. I couldn't have, you know, been in this position, you know, without you. You know, you've helped me out a lot. But, you know, like I say, you don't do things the way that I like it, and I don't do things the way that you like it. So it's just better you know, no, we don't have to be partners, because I have to look at you every weekend at the pit. You know, I mean, you can't be gritty with somebody that's, you know, and like I say, I really appreciate you. You're my friend. But, hey, as far as partner-wise, it can't happen, you know?
Yeah. But we're better friends than we are partners.
Better friends than we are partners. And that's a beautiful thing, you know, because how many relationships has been broke up over the years because of money, or they got in an argument and they hadn't talked to each other in 20 years? That's no good, you know?
Jesus Flores says, okay, why aren't you dominated in Mexico like you did in the United States and in Philippines?
Well, first of all, just like it goes back to well, I'm new to here. You know, I've been coming here on and off for many years, but as far as living here.
Me too. I want to be here for 17 years.
And I'm working for somebody now, you know, and I have to go by what they like, you know, the type of chickens that they like to show. And it's a work in progress to build a team up. You know, this last year was my first year, you know, like 8 derbies. We won 3. You know, I think it was probably my worst season that I've ever had, but it was the building block to get started. Now, my boss sees what it takes to win. He sees my ideals. And like I say, it's super tough here. People here work 24 hours a day at the farms.
Yeah.
They have 10 workers. In the States, you like you say, you're rushing home after work. You're trying to beat dark to feed, and the more time you spend with chickens, the better. It's a big factor. And, you know, yeah, I mean, it's difficult, you know, but it's my first year, and we'll see what happens this year. But I'll promise you this: anytime that I walk in anywhere, the crowd never lies. You know, let's just put it that way.
You're always favorite.
A lot of times the favorite, not over everybody, but the crowd will not lie, you know.
Are you breeding any doms anymore?
I have a few dom hens. I raise a few just because, you know, my grandpa had them for 50 years. But as far as a commercial line that I mass produce, it's mainly more of just a family tradition of, you know, than anything else.
Gallo gallinas?
No. But I do have some at the farm. I have all colors at the farm, because when you're training roosters, you have to prepare for what your opponent is going to bring to the pit. So if your roosters has never seen a henny, or they've never seen a dom, they're going to whoop you, you know?
Yeah.
Or, like I say, I never, ever want my rooster to see something for the first time. So you have to have monas of plenty different colors to prepare for the derbies, you know?
How do you compare your hatches to other hatches?
My hatches are no better. My hatches are no better. My Colonel Gibbons hatch are no better than anybody else's hatches. They can't win pure. You know, they're not. Well, I'm not saying they can't win pure. I'm just saying they're not going to win at a great percentage pure. They're there to crossbreed for that little bit of greediness that you need sometimes.
Game.
But they're just as stupid and dumb as anybody else's hatches.
Too aggressive.
Too aggressive. Too aggressive for the rules here, too aggressive for the distance they have to travel to get to the other rooster. And the movement of an A-seal is very difficult for them to defeat, you know.
Okay. Jose Alba is saying, how do you keep the humidity in your beds of your fly pens?
Well, every day, you know, the boys or me, you know, we like to turn the dirt. We like to sift all the droppings out.
You clean droppings every day?
Every day. We clean the droppings every day. We like to use moist dirt. And like I say, I'm always moving the roosters around. So we never miss a day without cleaning the pen and sifting the dirt. And that relates back to why it's so much tougher here than a lot of different places, because when do you get to do that in the States? When do you have time to do that?
You don't have time.
You don't, I mean, a lot of times they don't even cut their spurs, you know? I mean, you go to a lot of places and they got spurs 3 inches long. I mean, that's the first sign. I could look at it in a minute and tell that they haven't picked that rooster up in forever, you know?
Right. Angel Ortega is just saying, is it better to train in high altitude or low altitude?
It's always much better to train at high altitude and come down. That's a proven fact. Much harder to go from Mazatlan to Guadalajara than the Guadalajara to Mazatlan, you know, which it's, you know, I mean, you know, everywhere presents its difficulties, you know, the pros and the cons. So, yeah, but it's always better to go down instead of up.
Pepe Thomas is asking, what do you cross your A-seals to?
A-seals, we cross them. I'll take a pure A-seal rooster and breed them over hatch sweater hens. So I like those in 3 bloods, and I do a lot in three bloods.
Actually, that's a question that somebody else is asking too. Do you like more two half and halves, or do you like?
Well, here in the past few years, I just been breeding 50-50s, but I got to get back to the 3-way cross because the hybrid is the best overall performing animal.
The 3-way cross?
Yeah, the 3-way cross.
And how do you cross your 3-way crosses?
Well, like I say, I'll take the pure A-seal over hatch sweater hens. I'll breed the sweater hatch. I'll take all those pullets, and then I'll cross it with a pure A-seal, a pure gray, or a pure whatever, you know. Or a round head, you know.
So you take a 3-way cross in?
3-way cross is the best cross. It's a hybrid cross, and it's the best performing animal, you know.
Why?
Well, it's just I think there's so many different genes in there. It makes the genetics fresh, and it's just a better overall animal. That's a proven fact, you know.
They're not as when you have a good 3-way cross.
I don't breed for looks. I don't breed for uniformity. I don't breed for any of that. I breed the animal that I think can win at the dance. I don't, you know, everybody asks me, oh, some of your round heads are dark and some of them are light. Well, I don't breed for uniformity. I breed for performance, you know.
So it doesn't matter if they're dark or light?
It doesn't matter. The color does not matter one thing about me. I don't, you know, I prefer lemon hackle because obviously it's just like Dink Fair said, it's the color of money. They'll walk over 10 dark ones to get to a lemon one, even though he's a worse performing animal every single time. It's a proven fact. So lemon colored with the white streamer, yellow-legged and white-legged, that's the best-selling chicken of all time, and it's a proven fact. I mean, just one little quick story. I had a customer wanting to come to my house. He had seen me win, you know, a really good derby with my roundheads. He said, "Man, would you sell me an entry? I'll need 10 roundheads." I said, "Sure, come on over." So I was preparing, you know, for the next derby, and I had a whole line of sweaters. I had 10 sweaters, and I had 10 roundheads. So he got to looking, and I seen him looking over at the sweaters and back to the roundheads and back to the sweaters. He said, "I'm going to tell you, Clark." He says, "I know that them roundheads would absolutely dominate these sweaters, but I'm taking the sweaters." That's just in the back. I mean, a lemon rooster.
A Mexican or Filipino will take him every time.
American, Filipino. I don't give a shit what color you are. Lemon, hackled, white streamer. It's the Cadillac.
It's like my Gilmores. They're the ugliest. They're the ugliest because they're and I told Jimmy Dean to James Alexander about it, and he said, "Victor, they're actually a 4-way cross. They were hatch white hackle rooster, and they put it to a brown red hatch hen. It was a 4-way cross. That's why the Gilmores come out lemon hackle, dark.
I don't care. Spangled. I don't care what he looks like. I breed for performance. I believe in showing my fathers. You know, the broodcocks. I really. I think you should show them, but obviously when you start out, you can't afford to show them. You know, you have to breed them, but a rooster should never enter a brood pen unless he's been to the dance. You know?
What do you think about single mating?
Mandatory. You cannot keep or maintain or enhance a bloodline if you're not single mating. Flock breeding, you can never tell, okay, I got a double barrel ace out of this one. Who's his mommy? Well, you don't know.
And how many percentage of breeders in the United States do you think have one cock
little.
with 20 roosters?
Majority of them. Very little people single mate. And, I started my boss off this year, hand selecting, single mating, and he's seen the difference. He's like, wow.
Well, here's the thing, though. Let's say you have one rooster with 4 hens, right? And you have 16 stags.
Right.
Out of those 4 hens.
Right.
That lot, they're all together, right? And let's say you have 8 winners and 8 losses, right? So one rooster gives you 2 wins and 2 losses.
Right.
One hen. The other hen gives you 2 wins, 2 losses. That makes 4. The other hen gives you four winners.
Right.
And the other hen gives you 4 losers. So that's 8 and 8. 8 wins. If you flock breed those roosters, those hens with that rooster,
you can never identify that golden hen.
You never identify with the one that has the 100% or the 50-50 or the 0%.
You never identify the golden hen by flock breeding. Now, this is what I like to do, and a lot of people disagree with this too. I like to breed 3 to 6 year old hens and roosters.
Really? Why?
Why? Okay, the first year that you breed them, you'll show it takes you 2 years. Okay, you'll breed the first breeding, and in 2 years you show all the males. Now this is all single mated, and it goes back to this. Okay, I got this hen 2 and 2, and this the golden hen that throwed 4 straight. Okay, I've identified her now. She's 3 years old. She'll be 3 year old when I breed her. So I've already eliminated all those other hens, and then I'll breed them to the 3, 4, 5, 6 years old. I just think they throw well. You've already identified what's throwing the winners. You can never do that breeding stags and pullets. But they won't produce as much. They won't produce as many. But that all goes back to, okay, are you trying to commercially breed chickens, then you don't care about the performance, or you want to single mate them and you're trying to breed to win? That's the 2 differences right there.
What about racing with hens?
Oh, that's night and day. The incubator cannot compete with natural. Just everything is natural is so much better in the chicken business. But everybody's trying to peddle. Everybody's trying to sell 3,000 stags a year and
10,000 stags.
10,000 stags a year and trying to get rich, and a lot of them are doing it, But it all goes back to, are you trying to sell? Or
I'll tell you one thing. This year, I got maybe 150 stags with bad tails. Okay.
Because of the incubator.
Because the incubator.
You left them in the brooder too long. They pecked each other. It's impossible to eliminate that. Anybody that breeds with an incubator.
This year, I'm breeding hen hatch.
Yes.
Single mate.
And you won't have any of that problems.
And I'm breeding in February, March.
Right.
That's it.
Right.
I'm not doing this stupid shit of
I've already started breeding this year because.
Why?
Because here, the breeding season's a little bit different. You got to beat the lluvias. You got to beat the rains. The rains start in early June, and if you got stags that's still 2 to 3 months old, it really affects them here. So.
But you give good medicine, though. That's all you got to do.
No, but you're fighting with it. If you've got them hatched off before the rains and already pinned up at 5 and 6 months old, you don't have to worry about it. So, if you're trying to fight the rains, because look, a chicken is not even happy if he doesn't see the sun. Because the sun never comes out here for like 3 months.
Okay, so let's say you race in February, March, right? In March, so in
they're 3 months old.
May, June, July.
They're 3 months old when the rains get here.
August, they're 4 or 5 months old.
It's been raining for 2 months in August.
Yeah.
Every place you have to adjust to, the climate.
I'm racing. I might be wrong. I should be wrong.
No. But you're going on the right track by raising with hens.
I'm racing in hens.
Yes.
And I'm racing in late January, February.
It's a lot harder. That's the reason that a lot of people don't do it.
Harder.
But like I say, it goes back to:
Clark,
are you trying to pedal, or are you trying to breed to win?
I can go the easy way. I can go the hard way. What do you want to do?
What do you want to do?
Go the hard way, the right way, with single mating?
You want to go with incubator where you got 300 stags and 100 of them, their tails are fucked up? No.
And people say, "Oh no, they're even out." I go, they don't fucking even.
No, it doesn't even out. It doesn't even out. The mother teaches them the right way. Mm-hmm. It's just like a kid. Does it grow up with his with his mother or his father? He's it's it is what it is.
Okay. You answered my question. So you made my point.
Right.
Cruz Cardia is asking about carb loading. Mm-hmm. Oh, and then that question, Angel Cillar was the one that asked about the 2-3-way, like 3-way, 2 or better, 2 or 3-way cross. Cruz Cardia is asking about carb loading. Do you believe in carb loading?
Well, I mean, obviously, carbs is where you get your energy and everything from, and yeah, because everybody feeds the same thing. Everybody feeds cracked corn, brown rice, white rice, oatmeal. Carbon loading is very, very important for in performance. But I still like to add a little bit of the regular grain, the regular feed that I feed them. Why? Because if that gizzard is not working, he's not throwing the feed the way he should. It's not normal, so he goes down.
Because that gizzard's not working.
That gizzard's not working. That gizzard working is one of the most important things in pointing. Well, and showing.
Pedal feeders like me and Butch and Sammy Ramsey and a couple other people, Jared.
Right.
The gizzard's not really working with.
Well,
it is working.
My opinion before was I was completely against that. I do about a 50% mix. I do 50% pellet, 50% grain. But I have seen good things from pellets. I have seen pretty good things. And that goes to the quality of grain, the quality of feeds here in Mexico. The quality is not as good as it is in the States and not even in the Philippines. The Philippines, they even have better grains than the States do.
You think so?
Yeah, 1,000%.
That's the one I heard. Sunny Lagoon said that they can't get good grains.
Well, I mean, from my experience, man, they have, and I don't even, they have 20 different types of peas. They have just a big variety, but they've focused in on that. Their whole community is geared up toward raising certain grains for fowl.
Shout out to Congressman Sunny Lagoon. Thank you, brother, for your time and your great advice. Shout out to Andrew Delgado and to Peter Quetzada.
Yeah, Sonny, he's a unbelievable rooster.
Class act
all the way around.
Respectful, humble. I mean, just a good person. We spent like about 5-6 hours talking.
Did you take any notes from him?
I took a lot of notes.
Good.
I learned a lot.
Okay.
I learned a lot. Rancho Sinacas, how you get a rooster who's nervous not to be nervous anymore?
Well, obviously putting in the time, handle him a lot. I remember Jimbo telling me that D used to make him sit in front of the TV with a mean rooster when he was a kid. He would sit there and hold the rooster for 2 or 3 hours while he was watching TV, to try to, get that rooster calm. But there's just some that just need to be eliminated all the way around. But the more time that you put into your chickens, the more that you're going to see,
I think Jimbo's one of the best handlers ever.
He's the best handler that's ever lived in the United States,
It comes down to where his daddy used to...
they lived and breathed and eat. They lived and breathed and eat chicken.
He would make him handle a rooster and for hours in the spur at the house and scream at his fucking face, "Motherfucker, do that!"
Yeah. Mike and Jimbo, they're my heroes. Like I say,
good people.
They've taught me, helped me get to where I am today. And like I say, thank you, Mike and Jimbo, and the mom, Jenny too. A little shout out for her. She's a spectacular person.
I'll tell you a quick story about D. Cox, Jimbo's father.
Right.
When the sweater craze was going on. Mm-hmm. Everybody wanted sweaters.
Well, Carol was dominating, with the sweaters, with sweater crosses.
And D. Cox would say, the only sweaters that belong in the closet, the only sweaters. And then he said, you know what? He told a friend of his, "I want to buy me some of them goddamn sweaters." Mm-hmm. He goes, "What for?" "I want to breed a bunch of them and sell a bunch of trios." Mm-hmm. "But why? What are you crazy?" "No, I want to meet all those bastards."
Right. And this what makes this game so so spectacular because we have so many different opinions. There's so many different breeds, and like I say, everybody has found, kind of what they're comfortable with, what they like. Everybody has a different opinion, and man, it's a big topic.
Got the perfect roosters.
Yeah, everybody's got the best.
I've never gone to a farm where they say I got a bunch of changas for you.
Never. I know a guy that's got the best in the world, and everybody knows that guy, And then my number, if you want to contact me personally.
We'll put it right here we'll put it.
Okay.
We'll put it there.
Okay.
Here. Don't worry about that. We'll put your Facebook too.
Okay.
Juan Manuel Cortez is asking, what is pointing?
It's a very broad spectrum. It's just pointing. All it is trying to get the rooster to the top peak of his performance, the sharp, and I do it the natural way of, pointing, with corn, carbohydrates, rest. Rest, to me, the proper rest of a rooster is what enables him to destroy the opponent, to do the things that he needs to do. Proper rest is the most important thing over what you feed him or any of that other different type of stuff. Let me take you for example. Pointing, like I say, rest, I think, is the most important thing to make a rooster, sleep. Like I say, sleep is the most important thing. Like, take, for instance, the farm that we were at here in the middle of the city. They would never rest properly. Why? Because there's always motorcycles running up and down the streets. The neighbor is always partying. You could never tell what day.
No.
You could never tell what day that you could get a proper 2 or 3 day rest, and it really shows up at the Derby. So where I live now, out in the countryside, super quiet. There's no traffic. There's no neighbors. That's a big factor into getting properly rested. So and certain vitamins, like good vitamins, like the Bugarin Pro, having a good quality pharmacy, say like yours, you got one of the top companies here in Mexico, and getting the rooster to the proper, making him feel the best possible at the palenque, like with the drops. Everything. It all builds up and everything helps.
Well, like he's my Bugavit, and the Bugavit has a little bit of all the minerals.
Right.
Vitamins, and it has a little bit of electrolytes. So
it's a professional company. It's a professional company.
It keeps the stress down.
With scientists that has formulated these products to work. So, all that elevates your rooster to try to get him to perform the best at showtime.
Do you use antibiotics? What's his name? Manolo Garcia is asking if you use antibiotics.
No, I don't use antibiotics. Why? Like I say, I'm just the things that I've learned and worked for me. I like all natural. I don't like to cut any corners. I like to, when the rooster, when I see him at his peak, I like to rest him and take him. That's why, and here's another reason why small farms can't hardly compete with big farms, because like me, I always have 50 to 75 roosters in the keep. Right.
Yeah.
I can pick the ones that are going up, Then when you got 6 roosters to show 5, and you always end up, I got 3 aces, I got 1. If I can get him by, I'll win the Derby. How many times have you heard that?
Yeah. Or they win 3, lose 2, or 3.
3 and 1, 4 and 1 is no good. It's no good.
Second place good for you, no?
Second place is no good.
Third place?
Not even 6th.
I want to tell everybody, we got a little bet going on. Me and Clark.
Well, it motivates each other.
It's a friendly bet.
It's a friendly bet.
It's a friendly friendship bet. So it starts in January. January we start
January to the end of August.
So January 1st to August 30th. 20 pesos and up, Derby.
It has to be 20,000 pesos and up.
So whoever wins more derbies so my season, I officially start my season in January. Right now I'm stacks, but I'm showing stacks right now. But which I actually hate. I'm not going to do this no more.
I told you before you done it. Stag, you cannot show stags because first of all, a lot of times your opponent don't have a stag.
The cocks.
They're all cocks.
Yeah, like 80% of them are cocks.
But it's been like that way for 1,000 years.
I thought people were honest here. I thought people had okay, I want to.
Was there money involved?
Yeah.
Okay. That's all you need to say.
But I really thought people would be honest about it with stags.
Never. Showing stags is never, ever a good idea. Unless you're just trying to test them. If you want to go and test them and put them to the test, because you're going to put them to the test because you're going to meet about a 33-month-old stag, with tail feathers dragging the ground and wider than tail feathers from, a butch.
This time I showed, they had spurs like that, squared off, cut off.
Oh, of course.
Yeah,
they took a hot potato to them, they filed them down. I know all the crooks, and I've done it all myself, All 33-month-old stags. Huh?
Hot potato.
Well, it's. I'll show you one day.
Show me.
What do you mean? You boil the potato hot, and you'll put it to the spur, and it'll start peeling off. That way, there's no like cut marks or anything to it. It just starts peeling it off. You can peel it off real easy. Anything hot, But a potato is, that's the go-to. You
put the potato inside that spur.
Inside the spur, start heating it up, and it'll start peeling off. It's. I grew up with all this stuff, and it's.
But why can't cockfighters be honest?
Because there's money involved.
Why can't they?
Anytime there's money involved, people are trying to get creative.
I can't stand it.
I don't either. But the thing about it is, people are trying to get that little bitty edge to win, man.
Like when I used to go up to north, and I've said this about 1,000 times, you have one guy in the middle, who had already gotten to the money. You have one guy going for the money, and you have one guy he was matched against that didn't have nothing to do with it.
Right.
All three were fighting. One guy was, don't sell the show. And I go, yeah, sell me the show. I'll pay you this much. No, I'll pay you this much not to sell it. I go, there's no respect.
No respect. No respect. We've got away from the gentleman's game.
I say shout out to Moises and my mentor and my mentor Steve. Say hi to Jimmy Deans, Trevor, all my guys like Clay, Brandon, all the guys who helped me out. Thank you. Todd Webb, Todd Dixon.
It's another. But this is one of the best parts.
Jack.
This is one of the best parts of this game. The people that we meet, the experiences that we had, the good times that we've had together, wonderful memories.
I've had so many people, James Sylvester, Billy Bingham, all those guys. Mm-hmm. Conquered through the years, everywhere.
Yeah.
And they've always took my calls. That part I love. And I'll tell you a quick story. When it was legal, when he says, I tell him, Steve, he goes, Steve, that guy's honest. He goes, we've been up against each other. I'm going for the money, and he's not. Not one did he mention me. Hey, I'll sell you the show, or the way around. Like it doesn't even come up.
No, but you look back in the old days, even how they dressed. Professional, gentleman sport. And that's what I would like to see it get to. And I'm always trying to help everybody. Sometimes my opinion might not satisfy somebody else. They might have a different opinion, and they might think I'm talking crap. But anything that I try to do, I try to better the sport. I want to be known as the guy that helped everybody and tried to leave something, an impression on the sport to better it, not to, do my mottos on Facebook and to whatever the case. I'm trying to help everybody, and I will help anybody. I just try to do my best and point the sport in the right direction. We don't need all that other stuff.
Yeah. When are you showing again?
I'll start my keep Monday, and the first one will be the first week of January in Narandas.
In the
fair in Narandas.
Okay, good.
Yeah, the fair in Narandas. We'll show in Narandas the whole month of January.
Good fair.
Be amazing.
Same thing as
amazing Palenque.
Narandas, Leon, same time.
Right. And we'll probably go to Leon maybe one time, but I'm going to focus on Narandas. It's close to home. It's a lot of money, and only the best shows, only the best entries will be there,
So you're gonna show. So we got a bet. So it starts January 1st, ends August 30th. 30,000 pesos. No, 20,000 pesos up. And, so whoever wins more derbies out of the year gets. The other one's got to buy the other guy
paid vacation. Anywhere in the world.
I'm thinking about Russia or Brazil that time of the year. Like, yeah,
right.
Russia.
Right. Russia's great.
And don't start saying that. Oh no.
Hey,
Wherever
I don't back down.
If we want to go to Russia, we want to go to Ukraine.
You know I don't back down. If you win it, you win it. You earned it.
So so it's a 2-week paid vacation or 10 days.
Well, let's do 10 days because being away for 2 weeks is just difficult for me or you.
Okay, so 10-day vacation, food, good food because I eat well. Okay.
Yeah, we can tell. Yeah.
Good food. Yeah, look at you. Good food. Okay hotel. I'm not picky. Flight, coach or business. I mean, it doesn't matter.
Yeah.
Not first class.
Yeah, exactly.
And all the cariñosas that I can get. I know you're married, so you don't.
No.
You don't like cariñosas.
I'm a mandilon.
Or
I'm mandilon.
You're a mandilon.
I'm mandilon.
I'm not married now, so all the cariñosas I can buy,
Right.
that you can buy for me.
Right, exactly.
Because I'm going to win the bet.
As much as your blue pills can handle. Don't worry.
What are the blue pills? I don't know what you're talking about.
I just seen you buy 100 pack.
Yeah, okay, you have.
Exactly. On Gallo Viejos. Yeah.
So what's your percentage? What's your goal in percentage this year?
Well, there's not really a goal. I have an overall season goal. I think 80%, if you can maintain in this high level of competition, the best in the world right here.
Okay, so 80% of sets or 80% of derby wins?
All dances.
So 80%? Mm-hmm. Okay.
And I do keep a record of it,
You got 30% last year? I mean,
I showed 8 or 9 derbies. I won 3. Not a very good performance, but not my bloodlines. We had a lot of, there's no excuses, but this is a new season, so.
I'm excited too.
I'm excited. I'm excited as hell. I can't sleep at night. I breathe and eat roosters. This is all I do. I'm very fortunate and lucky. Thank God that I can do this 100%. I got a wonderful family backing me. I got a wonderful boss. David, he's if anything that I've needed or wanted, he's provided it.
Shout out to David.
David is he's a first class person, first class family. Dude. So I'm glad I stuck with him. I'm glad I stuck with him, and I think we got a very bright future.
You can't go wrong with David.
No, like I say, I'm going to give him my 100%, and he's gave me 100%. So hey. I'm excited to get it going.
I'm excited too. I'm going to do great.
I'm
not going to say I'm going to do blah, blah, blah,
don't.
blah.
This
I'm just
going
to do my best I can, and I'm going to have a great year.
We love the game, man. Right. There's no better life in all the world, in my opinion.
Second place acceptable to you?
And like I say, I don't want to deal with your mamadas.
Second place good for you?
No. But anyway, let's go. Let's continue.
Is it a lousy second place or is it second place?
I'm going to beat you like a drum. So
No. But if you got a second place,
second place don't count.
Derby win.
Second place. Let's just clear this up. Second or third place in an intercontinental or any derby does not count. If you're not holding the number one logger or however you say, if you don't get first place, it don't count. Their second place is. If you ain't first, you're last.
And I don't want you to go there on the Intercontinental on Sunday morning with all the 20 other people who are going for they won their fourth one, and they're going for the fifth one. And I don't want you to be in that little group signing the little goddamn
I'm not
paper.
in charge.
Signing that paper. Okay, yeah,
I'm not in charge of that.
I'm gonna split it 25 ways.
I'm not in charge of that.
Okay, if you do that, I'm buying a ticket to go back to Kentucky.
Hey, I'm not in charge of it. I have a boss that decides all that stuff, so I'm not in charge of that.
If you were in charge of that, would you
if I'm not in charge of it, I don't want to split it.
How come you don't split?
Well, because you shortchange yourself on all the work and the time and the money that you have invested in the game, which is super, super expensive. So why would you want to shortchange yourself, It's not because, I'm going to win it or any of this other type of stuff. You don't want to. When you get to the winner's circle, you gotta. It's an expensive game. You gotta take the most home. You know.
Yeah, so, I think you're right.
Yeah.
So, I hope you have a great year.
You too. You too.
Not as good as mine.
Yeah.
I want to beat you.
We secretly we want to be the best. You know. We want to be the best.
And I'll feel bad for you. I mean, I really will. I'll be humble and I'll buy you an ice cream.
So you'll fly coach instead of a business?
No, I'm still buy business. But I'll buy you an ice cream in Russia.
I really appreciate that.
I'll buy you an ice cream when I have my a nice.
Just share one or two of your pastillas and I'll be fine.
I want a nice 54-year-old.
Okay.
You know that.
I'm giving you the money. I don't care what you do with it.
Or 3 18-year-olds.
If you make it to that point,
No, you're gonna be with me.
I'll be with you.
I want you cheering on.
I mean, I'm not going to be.
Bugarin,
No. Okay. Yeah.
I'm gonna get him in trouble.
No.
No, I have respect for his family. He's got a beautiful wife, great family.
Yeah, wonderful.
I mean, you have a great daughter.
Oh, everything is, very proud of her. She had her quinceañera, her photo shoot and all this stuff, enjoying the Mexican culture. And
she likes it down here?
Oh, she loves it. How could she not?
Who's the one that told you to come to Guadalajara? Come on.
You're right.
Okay,
it's you. I know. Like I say, I owe you a few things. You've helped me out a lot.
You were going to buy a farm in California.
Yeah, I enjoy the competition up north, but it got out of hand, and then, so much. There's just so much things going on up there that we don't have a future up there. So I got to come down here and make it happen.
Well, I'm glad you're here, Clark, and I'm glad. I'm proud to call you a friend.
You too. Like I say, we have to look at each other every week. It's better to be friendly and can continue the friendship that we've had for 20 plus years. And hey, here we are, man.
You're not don't cry when I beat the bed, okay? I don't want you crying.
Like I say,
I don't want you to have fire feelings.
There's going to be several days of crying.
I don't want you to be crying and I'm going to post it on Facebook.
Go ahead. The proof is in the pudding.
From September 1st.
Mm-hmm. To December the 1st?
To December the 30th or whatever. I mean,
you're going to just wake up in the morning and flap your wings on Facebook?
I'm going to flap my wings and just tell the world that I beat you.
If you work and you earned it, congratulations.
You know I'm going to beat you, right?
Okay, honestly, let's move on.
Okay, we're off the air right now. Honestly, you know I'm a better cocker, right?
Never in this world. No. Never in this world.
Yeah. I mean, overall.
No, but you gotta have that mentality too. That's not. But I don't flaunt it like you do.
I don't flaunt it. I've never flaunted being the best cocker in the world.
Like I say, you should have took some notes from Sonny. Should have took some notes from Sonny about you being humble.
That guy's so humble. Oh my God.
And look where he's at. Like I say.
No, he really, opened my heart to the Filipinos.
The Filipino people are just so nice and so just amazing people. I've enjoyed, been going over there almost 20 years, and it's amazing. I hope that Mexico and the United States. Well, the United States, I don't think I ever get to that, but here in Mexico, they're getting better and better every year.
Yeah, they are.
Yeah.
Okay, Clark, thank you very much. We'll pass his Facebook and his cell phone. And I think that's it.
Yeah, that's it. Like I say, I really appreciate you bringing me on. Hopefully we can help some people. Now, this is all my opinions and my experiences. If you need any help at any time, just give me a call, which a lot of people has. And when I have time, I'll try to answer everybody's questions. And saludos to todos mis amigos aquí en México and todo el mundo. And thanks for all the support.
Thanks, guys. Aquí el gringo mexicano de Michoacán.
A huevo.
A huevo.
Right.
Thanks, guys. Comenten y comparten. Bendiciones a todos. Bendiciones a mis amigos, fans y mis haters que realmente son fans muy confundidos. I said, shout out to my fans and my haters. They were just confused fans.
Well, like I say, you can't satisfy everybody. And then all I can tell, people that don't, support what we do, or just like Jeff Harris once said, come get you some,
All right. Thanks, guys. God bless you.